up, YouTube? This is your boy Kona Enthusiast. We're back with another video. So it's definitely been a while since I've made my last video. Just been kind of tired and really busy with a lot of stuff going on in life. But anyways, we're back with another video. So as you can tell by the title, we're basically going to discuss the differences between a catted and a catless downpipe, and which one that I think you should get, or just, you know, what my preference is. But to start the video, I want to talk about an issue I had with my downpipe on my car from 6 Element Engineering, and then we'll get into that part of the discussion. So basically it wasn't anything major that was wrong, but I have a lower motor mount from 6 Element on my car, and it is very stiff. If you drive your car hard over time, it pulls on that aftermarket downpipe, depending on which brand you have. So I'll insert a clip right here for you to hear what it sounded like at that point right there. So as you can tell, it did not sound healthy. The engine sounded just very much like out of character. It sounded like there was a boost leak or exhaust leak. You could also smell the fumes inside the car. So I got that fixed, and basically, you know, they repaired it for me for free, but they said that the issue is that, you know, with me having a stiffer motor mount, it was, you know, causing it to pull on that downpipe. And the reason it was pulling is because the 6 Element downpipe does not come with brackets to attach to the motor mount, to weld to the motor mount. So unfortunately, this issue will come up again. He said also the other issue is the fact that I'm running titanium studs. I bought it just because they look really good. But for those of you who are wondering which studs to get, just do yourself a favor, get the generic ones. From what my shop said, that basically you having 2 different materials. You have titanium on steel is not good, and basically in situations of the downpipe pulling off of the car, it will pull off even easier because you have 2 different materials bonded together. So with that being said right there, it's basically the main reasonings why it was pulling off is just because of that. So unfortunately, this issue probably will come up again. Biggest difference is, though, I don't drive this car as much. I had a daily that I just sold, but I'm getting another one soon. So right now I'm daily in Kona, but I don't drive the car nearly as much as I did back then. And so I don't see this issue happening anytime soon. Probably in the next year or 2 it will. And so the way to fix that for me would be to basically get a custom bracket for them to build, which, you know, they said it won't cost much to do that, but they would have to take the downpipe off and reinstall the downpipe again. And so that basically would be the whole $275 it was to install it, plus the bracket. So we're talking $300 fix at this point. So there's that. I will get it done at some point in the future. But anyways, so the main point of this video, as you all know, is basically the differences between catted and catless. I have a lot of people say, oh, Rob, you should have got catless, you should have, you know, went with the louder sound and stuff. But there's a couple of reasons why I didn't go with a catless. Number one being that my area does not allow for catless, so we have to get inspections here in North Carolina, and then in the major cities and major areas, counties and stuff like that, would be you have to get an emissions test. And so with the emissions test, you would, you know, already are risking it with a catted, high flow catted downpipe. But, you know, on top of that, you're talking now catless, like you're automatically going to fail emissions test more than likely, and that's just something I didn't want to have to deal with. Also, I'm not fond of the smell. Now, as far as the sound of it, you know, obviously the tone is very similar if you go catless to catted, but the pops are significantly louder on catless, which is a cool thing. But I feel like my high flow catted is already loud enough, especially with the resonator delete that I have, the custom, you know, mid pipe. So that's part of why I didn't go that route. But, you know, basically the biggest, you know, pros and cons, though, you know, I guess to having a catless would just strictly be the smell and, you know, volume. Now, going catted, a lot of people are saying that it offers more power. Yes, absolutely, it's better airflow, you know, less strain on the turbo, you're getting a lot out. But in some instances, what I heard lately is that, you know, basically the more power you're making and stuff is kind of bad on these stock turbos with the launcher and the Kona in, because even with a tune and stuff, you're usually pushing 22 to 24 psi with a JB4, probably about 21, 22 with the ECU tunes, and so you're already like pushing it to its limits. And then you got a Catless, it's just like at that point, it's the regularities with that, and I can back that up kind of, because when my downpipe was having issues, I was having issues with airflow. It was very good, but it was inconsistent with the boost. Part of that could be it was the exhaust leak. I think part of it has to do with the fact that it was basically a Catless car at that point. So anyways, aside from that, you know, going Catless is definitely better. Also, it's cheaper. You know, for those of you, you know, trying to get the loudest sound for a good bang of a buck, going Catless is definitely the way to go. You know, Catless downpipes probably cost $250 or $300. It's usually $150 to $200 more to go with the catted option right there. So yeah, me personally, I think for me having an SUV, quote unquote SUV, I do feel like, you know, SUV would basically be, you know, looking kind of funny being that obnoxiously loud. I love the Jeep Trichalcs and stuff, but when people straight pipe those, it just looks goofy as hell to me, to be honest with you. It looks really goofy. I feel like it's not befitting of the, you know, the style of vehicle it is. Now, if I had a launcher in, I might have entertained it. I definitely have had a Velocity, and I for sure would have entertained that. But I personally love the sound of my car with the downpipe. I think it's a clean sound. I think the pops are loud, but they're, you know, obviously excessive sometimes, but nowhere near as excessive as what a Catless would be. But some of the options that people are wondering, you know, I have been asked this before, like, what downpipes should you go with? And, you know, I tell them you have Sixth Element, which I believe they're discontinuing it soon, so they've got really good sales on there. It's like $450 right now. You have RPM Performance, they're based out of Europe. You have Depot Racing, you know, they have a Catless, they have a high flow catted, they have a regular catted option on there. And then I believe you have a couple other ones. I forget the names. I'll put those links in the description as well. I'm not sponsored by any of them, so I'll just provide a description or a link in the description for everybody on that. But those are your different options. But anyways, to sum it up, for me at the end of the day, I definitely prefer Catless a high flow catted downpipe over a Catless. To be real, I feel like the power differences are negligible. I think if you're wanting to do more power, then obviously, you know, Catless is 100% the way to go. You know, I know NKG, however you say it, NKG driver, based out of New Jersey. He, you know, is Catless. His car sounds great, but I do feel like in his instance, it makes sense. You're doing meth, you're pushing the car to its limits. Absolutely go Catless. You're basically bored all the way back to the mufflers. And so that's great and fine and dandy for him. But I know as for myself, you know, Catless or high flow catted is what I prefer, just simply because of the fact that, you know, I just didn't want to have that obnoxious of a sound. And I obviously wanted a cleaner smell. I don't like smelling exhaust fumes inside the car. But yeah, so there's that right there. Comment below what you think. You know, comment below if you think Catless is the way to go, or if you think high flow catted. Let me know what you've done with your end car. I know for me personally, when I had the Honda Accord in college, it was full bolt on and tuned. I wasn't a fan of the Catless smell when I had the Catless J-pipe on there. It sounded great and everything, but like just the smell alone was enough to kill it for me. You know, being in college, having to take girls out to dates and stuff, like, it just wasn't a cool scene. I thought it was, like, looking back at it, it wasn't cool. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick pull right quick so you all can kind of see how it sounds now that my car is fixed. It sounds, whatever, I was camera turned. It does sound pretty healthy now. No more weird turbo noises. I drive through that every day. It never gets old. But anyways, yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. Like I said, comment below what you think. What's better, Catless or catted? Make sure you stay tuned for upcoming videos. I have a couple more videos coming out this week that I'm going to try to post. And also we have some mods coming. I have a blow-off valve finally from 6 Element, but I'm waiting on one more part to go with that. And that part is on back order right now, so I'm just waiting before I install the blow-off valve. But that is actually coming up soon, so I'm definitely excited to give you all that. All right, guys, but anyways, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you also click on that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post videos. I'm gonna try to be more consistent now that my schedule is finally freeing up. And also, please make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is icy_Kona_N. Other than that, guys, I really appreciate you for watching the video, and I hope you all have a great one.